Once upon a time, in a vibrant village nestled within the heart of Nigeria, the sky was so close to the earth that you could almost touch it. The village, known as Okoja, was a place of lush green fields, rolling hills, and abundant rivers. It was a land where the earth and sky seemed to merge in a seamless embrace. The sky was not only a source of beauty but also of sustenance. It hung low over the village, an endless expanse of blue that seemed almost within arm's reach. During the day it glowed with the warmth of the sun, and at night it shimmered with the light of 1,000 stars. Whenever the villagers were hungry, they would reach up and pluck a piece of the sky. The sky pieces were like the sweetest fruit, each bite filled with a burst of flavor that could only be described as divine. These sky fruits were soft and glowing, and a single piece could fill a person's stomach for an entire day. Life in Okoja was peaceful, and the villagers respected the sky deeply. They took only what they needed, ensuring that the sky remained full and vibrant. Each day was marked by rituals of gratitude and respect, where the villagers would sing songs and offer prayers to the sky. However, as time passed, the simplicity of their needs gave way to greed. A new generation of villagers began to see the sky's abundance as an opportunity to gather more than they needed. They started to hoard the sky pieces, storing them in large baskets and clay pots for times of plenty. The sky, once vibrant and full of life, began to thin and fade. It noticed the villagers' greed and decided to retreat. Slowly, almost imperceptibly at first, the sky began to rise higher and higher, moving out of the reach of the villagers. With the sky no longer within reach, the villagers faced a dire situation. The once plentiful source of nourishment was gone. Panic and desperation set in. The fields, which were once fertile and green, now seemed to wither under the higher, more distant sky. The villagers tried to adapt by planting crops and hunting more vigorously, but nothing could replace the magical sustenance of the sky pieces. In the midst of their despair, a wise elder named Baba Ibeji stepped forward. He had lived many years and had seen the changes in the sky. Baba Ibeji gathered the villagers in the central square and spoke to them with a voice that carried the weight of his years and wisdom. Baba Ibeji shared a story from his youth. He told them how, many years ago, the sky had been even closer and the village even more prosperous. But even then, the elders warned of the dangers of taking more than what was needed. He recounted how the first signs of greed appeared, leading to small cracks in the sky that began to widen over the years. The villagers listened in silence, their faces reflecting a mix of guilt and realization. They had never imagined that their actions could have such far-reaching consequences. Baba Ibeji's words struck a chord deep within them, awakening a sense of responsibility and a desire to make amends. Baba Ibeji urged the villagers to change their ways. He spoke of the importance of living sustainably, respecting nature, and taking only what they needed. He introduced new farming techniques that were less reliant on the sky and more in harmony with the earth. The villagers began to plant crops like yams, cassava, and maize using natural fertilizers and irrigation methods. The villagers embraced this new way of life with a renewed sense of purpose. They worked together to rebuild their community, sharing resources and supporting each other. Slowly, the fields began to flourish again, and the village started to regain its vibrancy. Though the sky remained distant, the villagers found strength in their unity and resilience. Despite their best efforts, life was still challenging. The villagers missed the ease and abundance that the sky had provided. There were days when crops failed and the hunt was unfruitful. During these times, the villagers would gather around Baba Ibeji, seeking his wisdom and comfort. Baba Ibeji taught them that true abundance came not from the sky, but from within themselves. He emphasized the importance of hard work, cooperation, and respect for nature. He reminded them that their ancestors had lived sustainably long before the sky had come so close, and they too could thrive if they followed those ancient ways. Slowly, hope began to return to the village. The villagers found new ways to celebrate their culture and traditions, holding festivals and ceremonies that honored the earth and sky. They sang songs of gratitude and danced under the stars, finding joy in their unity and resilience. Yet, despite their efforts and renewed respect for nature, the sky continued to retreat. It was a constant reminder of the consequences of their past actions. But rather than despair, the villagers saw it as a symbol of the lessons they had learned and the journey they had undertaken. One evening, Baba Ibeji gathered the villagers for a final warning. He told them that the sky would never come close again, but that they should never forget the lessons they had learned. He urged them to pass these teachings on to future generations so that the mistakes of the past would not be repeated. Despite their best efforts to adapt, the villagers of Okoja could not escape their longing for the sky's magical sustenance. They missed the ease and abundance that the sky had provided, and a sense of loss lingered over the village. Driven by desperation, they sought ways to bring the sky back down to them. The villagers tried various methods to communicate with the sky. They built tall towers hoping to reach it. They performed ancient rituals, chanting and dancing to summon its return. They even tried sending messages with smoke signals, believing the sky might see their pleas and take pity on them. Baba Ibeji watched these efforts with a heavy heart. He knew that the sky's distance was a consequence of their past actions, and that it would not return simply because they wished it so. He gathered the villagers once more, this time with a message of hope and guidance. Baba Ibeji spoke of the need to live in harmony with their world. He explained that true abundance did not come from the sky, but from their own hands and hearts. He urged the villagers to look within themselves for the strength and resources they needed to thrive. He reminded them of the importance of working together and respecting the natural world. The villagers took Baba Ibeji's words to heart. They began to see their surroundings in a new light, recognizing the potential for growth and abundance in the land around them. They worked harder to cultivate their fields, care for their livestock, and support one another. They found new ways to celebrate their culture and traditions, holding festivals and ceremonies that honored both the earth and sky. One night, as the villagers gathered for a festival, a miraculous event occurred. The sky, watching from above, saw the villagers' sincerity and their efforts to live sustainably. It decided to send one final message. A celestial light beam descended from the heavens, illuminating the village in a soft, ethereal glow. The message from the sky was clear and resonant, echoing in the hearts of all who heard it. Live in harmony with your world, and you will find abundance. The sky will remain distant, but remember the true source of sustenance lies within your own hands and hearts. From that day forward, the villagers embraced a new way of life with renewed vigor and understanding. They cherished the resources around them and lived in balance with nature. They found joy in their unity and resilience, knowing that they had the power to create abundance from the world around them. Baba Ibeji made it his mission to ensure that the lessons learned were passed down to future generations. He taught the children about the importance of respecting nature, working together, and living sustainably. Stories of the sky and its gifts became an integral part of the village's folklore, serving as a constant reminder of the consequences of greed and the value of harmony. The village of Okoja flourished under this new way of life. The fields were abundant, the rivers flowed clear, and the people lived in peace and prosperity. The sky remained distant, but its presence was a constant reminder of the journey they had undertaken and the lessons they had learned. The villagers knew that they held the key to their own happiness and success, and they embraced this knowledge with gratitude and wisdom.